Italian GDP figures were released today, and I'm joined by Chiara Corsa from Unicredit in Rome to talk about the results. Hi Chiara, so can you talk me through the result and what does this mean for the Italian economy?
They came a little bit below our expectation because we were expecting a marginally stronger acceleration in GDP growth. We were foreseeing 0.4% on a quarterly basis. We had this 0.3%, which it was good in a sense that the first quarter of the year we had a very disappointingly weak economic activity. GDP expanded by 0.1%. So it was good to see an acceleration in GDP growth. In any case, it is still a bit weak. And what is more worrying is that looking at the IP figures out this morning, while we had a nice rebound in industrial production activity in the second quarter, the entry in the third quarter, given that we had this two consecutive contraction in industrial production activity, the entry in the third quarter for industrial production will be very weak. This means that the support that industrial production activity gave to GDP growth in the second quarter will probably vanish in the third quarter. Therefore, the bad news today is that probably we are going to see another deceleration, a renewed deceleration economic activity in the third quarter. Overall, this brought us to revise slightly down our GDP forecast for the year as a whole from 1.1% to no more than 1%. Most probably Italy will expand by 0.9% in 2011 as a whole. So overall the picture which is coming out is one of weak growth dynamics.
Last month, the Parliament passed a €48 billion austerity package to shield the country from the turmoil and balance the budget by 2014. Is this package enough? What's your view?
On this point, I would say that the 48 billion austerity package was certainly enough to bring the deficit over GDP ratio in line with the European Commission recommendation. And to bring the deficit close to balance in 2014. So from this point of view, I think it was enough. I think also that these targets are affordable for the country. The reason why I don't think it was not enough is simply because the adjustment is mostly focused, will mostly be implemented in 2013 and 2014, which are respectively electoral year and the year of the new government. So there are, of course, implementation risk on this number. And this is why the market is skeptical about the ability of the country to reach this target, to implement this measure. Therefore, I think that for this reason, I clearly think that bringing forward part of the adjustment of this 48 billion to at least 2012 would have been a wise move by the government. But unfortunately, this does not seem the way the government is going through. So from this point of view, it is a bit disappointing. But if we take the adjustment at face value, I would say that it would be enough. Again, important would be it would be a wise move from the government to bring forward part of the adjustment to 2012, and instead of leaving the bulk of the adjustment in 2013-2014.
Thank you, Chiara, for joining me today. We'll be covering all the top financial news releases here on Dukascopy TV next week, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend. Goodbye.